Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the quarterfinals of the London Sevens. This match is absolutely massive. Fiji taking on England. The winner of this game will face the winner of New Zealand versus Ireland. This game's going to be exciting. Looking through at the Fijian lineup for this one. Fakuna Billy is in that starting lineup alongside Kunatane Dalgunu, the captain. Waisia Nathunyu is going to be coming into this matchup. Definitely in some good form. We'll be hoping to continue that one in this one. Now, Rasaku also in that starting lineup. Bukayaro and Narawalo, the player that I mentioned in my preview as one to watch out for. Hopefully he does end up having a good game. Then England's lineup for this one. Hayden Hyde, Will Homer, Jamie Adamson, Alex Davis, Tom Bowen, Tom Emery, and also Frederick Roddick as their lineup. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be able to win this match up against these two sides. I'm nervous, and I don't even like. I'm not from Fiji. I'm not from England. I'm just worried that this match might be an extremely close one. Looking at the way that the bracket is set up, I have got it kind of laid out on a piece of thingy-mabob that I can change. So pretty much whoever wins this game between Fiji and England as we sit up there, they will take on New Zealand and Ireland on the other side of the draw, Samoa and Spain, and then also South Africa and Australia in the final game of the quarterfinals. We are covering every single one on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. There are a lot of people in the chat already. Hope you guys are all doing well. We have got Amelia there, also Michael, Yash, Solomoni, Adi, Miru, James, Grace, Catherine King, Artam, Tavita, Malele, Satiri, Epele, Sola. Tell you what, there are a lot of people here who are here to go for this quarterfinal. So I do apologize if I didn't say your name for that one, but there are plenty. Go Samoa, says Valvali there. And also Fiji might have a chance to win this one, says Fleshin. And also we have got there, go Fiji, go all the way with God, says Peter, and also Tosaviti Tosso from David. And the good news about this game, and one thing that I absolutely love about it, is the fact that we could see Fiji versus New Zealand as a semi-final, Samoa versus South Africa on the other side, and then a Fiji versus Samoa final. And Bula as well, says Felipe, welcome in, mate. And also I'm still absolutely buzzing after the Reels game, says Amelia. Yeah, last minute, very last minute thriller. Or below Kiwi Lad, says Marika, welcome in. And Lavinia said, go Fiji, go Fiji, go. And then go England, go, says Robert. So only a couple people seem to be going for England in this game, but we will have to wait and see how it does end up going. And I'm good with Nick Yuste at fullback today for the Reels, and what a bloody win today. It was very impressive from him. He was unlucky to have that first try disallowed, but just kept on going, fighting hard, and the Rebels winning that 1-1. But Fiji, they are ranked 5th compared to England being ranked 8th for the standings currently, but Fiji making their way out onto the park to face off against the home side in Twickenham, and a go Fiji go. And also we have got there, I would be pleasantly surprised to see England win. I don't think they can, and go ref, says Mr. Plug. And also Tosaviti Tosso, go Fiji go, and Obula Vanaka, Fiji all the way, and Fiji have this, says down under fishing. Yeah, do let me know your score predictions for this game, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be able to win it. Can Fiji go on and continue their 8 winning streak? I believe that is what they are up to now. They want to make it 9. Taking some deep breaths there at Twickenham. It is quite the atmosphere, like a huge stadium for these two sides. In Australia make the finals, they are going to be playing up against South Africa in the other side of the draw for the quarterfinals, and then they will face the winner of Samoa versus Spain, which is kicking off in only a short amount of time. And also go Fiji go, says Aroni there. Now, Fiji, they will be determined to be able to get themselves another victory, like I mentioned. And the thing is, these conditions are probably a little bit more favorable than what we saw in France. It was extremely hot, but the Fijians now, they will be acquainted with the temperature of the Northern Hemisphere, and they will be kicking off this game up against England. England have been going very nicely. They've had a couple close fixtures with Samoa, but Fiji, a whole different juggernaut to try and take down. And they are now going to be kicking it off with Nathunu, getting us underway for the first of 4 quarterfinal matches. Tosso says Sonia, and also we're going to go Fiji go. Says Wang there, and also 21-7 as the prediction from Catherine. It's going to be bumped back, and Will Homer has claimed this one just outside of the 22 for the English, but straight away the penalty going the way of the Fijians. Taking a quick tap, and that's going to be Big Nadawalo. It looks like Fiji want to play this game at a frantic tempo. That is normally the thing that breaks down opposition defence, is just the continuous offloads that they are able to find for themselves. Kuratane now using the back line. It looks like Nathunu ball on the outside now off the Vakuna. Belly just shunt straight over the top of the English. And there will be the try in the corner. Fiji, 30 seconds in, have been able to get themselves the try. And Spain is getting better, says David. They have been looking very impressive, which is why that game up against Samoa will be quite an intriguing one. see what way it does go. And also, what is your guess on this game? I did say Fiji by 14 in my preview. So I think I'll go with that still. Although, saying that, if they play like they just did for that first try, maybe we could see Fiji by 20 plus. And go Fiji, go, says David. And also, Cho, says David. And also, we get there Fiji, says Peter. And Vamate Viti Vamata as well. It's a good drop kick attempt. It's just gone away to the side, though. But Vakunura Billy scoring the first try of this game. Fiji are on an 18-game winning streak at Twickenham. That's a pretty impressive stat. So they will be looking to continue that one throughout this quarterfinal, semi-final, and the final. And 15-13 to England, says Robert there as the prediction. So the score currently sitting 5-0 in favour of the Fijians with 5.5 minutes left of the first half. Still plenty of time for either side to be able to find themselves. Vanaka Fiji. Says Sakio there. It's going to be taken not so cleanly by Davis. And once again, it's another knock on Fiji with the offload. Now, Kunatane. This looks like almost a repeat of the move that we just saw. Nafunu in the midfield decides that he wants to cut back on the inside. Now decides to step off his left. And now Dalgunu tries to go straight through. This is looking like it's going to be England under a huge amount of pressure for a majority of the first few minutes. Now, Kunatane once again, a little juggle with the ball there for Fiji. Luckily, no, it did end up going in the knock on. And Rasaku just didn't quite get the run through by Bukayaro with that mistake. And now it is a scrum feed for the English. And also, I've got my Rebel jersey signed today. Looks like I may be getting a new jersey soon. Says Amelia, which player did you end up getting it signed by, Amelia? Do let me know. Unfortunately, just dropping that ball there for Bukayaro. England have not beaten Fiji since Las Vegas in 2019. That is 5 games these two sides have gone head-to-head, and every time the Fijians have come out on top. Now Alex Davis, ball on the outside, gives it off now to Tom Bowen, tries to step. It's taken down nicely by Norovalu, and it's a penalty to Fiji once again. So the breakdown is somewhere where Fiji are forever improving, and it's hard to improve when you're already so tactical and always in there when you need to be. But currently on the halfway line, go Fiji. So stops down. Also, I got Andrew Callaway, the Rob Leota, and young Tunamapaya. And then the Fiji's game. Here's Eme Choi, though, currently ripped away there, and England have been able to take that ball back, currently on the 22. 4 minutes left of this first half now. And they are retreating at the moment. England running out of space inside of the field of play. Alex Davis tries to go through, but a good tackle made by Fiji. Billy was the captain, Dalgunu now slinging it across for Kunara Billy. He threw the big wide intercept pass, and the big Fijian just grabs the ball and puts it down for the try. You cannot afford to try and throw a wide cutout pass when you've got a man who's about 6'3", who's lining it up and can jump like he's a high jumper. So that one did go wrong, but Kunara Billy jumps on it, and he has now got his second try of the match and score on Samoa and Spain. Says Talupe, and that game is going to be taking place in about, I think it's 50 or 40 minutes time, but we are actually covering that game on the channel as well. So be sure to stick around for that one. But that is a mistake by England. As much as you have to love it, or as you have to love the Fijians, I wouldn't mind another team challenging them, says Fleshin, and that could be the semi-final perhaps. New Zealand, they could be going head-to-head with Fiji. Ireland could be going head-to-head with Fiji, and it was actually Spain who only lost by 10 points in the pool stage. And now Vakunara Billy, he has got 2 tries already. He's going for one of the fastest hat-tricks in the 7th circuit this time. And Twickenham, it looks like quite a nice evening as well. Or actually, evening, afternoon. It will be morning almost, actually. In England, currently in New Zealand, we're sitting at 10 p.m. I think it's very similar in Fiji as well, if I'm not wrong. But now Will Homer trying to step. He does lose his footing, 40 metres out from his line. 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Now, nice backline movement. Could be starting to open up. Now, a little bit of a step from Hayden Hyde. Wrestled down on the tackle by his opposite number, Dalgunu, and once again the penalty in the breakdown to the Fijians. And Tosofiti says Diana, and also we have got the Wananavu. Viti says Tups, and also Tosofiti Tosu from Nani and Rafa. And also 11 a.m. here, mate, says Flesh. And so yeah, my time zones, they have not gotten any better. Even though I've covered a lot of Northern Hemisphere rugby, I still always get it wrong for whether or not it is 12 hours, 11 hours, 10 hours. That's going to be a nice bit of work there from, I believe, it was the big number 6, Konatane, but it is going to be back in the hands of England now. Homer passes across. Davis is really going to have to use that experience that he's got to work out a way of breaking through. Tom Bowen looks like he's also limping, which isn't good. Another penalty in the breakdown to Fiji. I don't know what's happened to England in the breakdown, but it's not going well. Now Konatane almost held a break through. 5 meters out. Another penalty to Fiji. Last 5 penalties, all against England. And they won't be too far away from a yellow card. Now backline out to the winger. And it is going to be Narovalo who is able to score it, and Fiji get their third. We do it the Fijian way. And then Fiji punishes you for every mistake. And so far, we have seen 5 from England. Every penalty has led to some sort of momentum, but starting to build for Fiji. And I believe both tries now have come from initial balls being in the hands of England, and then they make the mistake in the breakdown. And then it switches around. And also, we've got there, Toso Viti Toso, says Nemisio. And then also, we have got there in the chat. It's still going very quick, but the full time 17 to England, 5 perhaps. Well, that one says Peter, but another Walo. I would have put that one down quite nicely. And now only about 30 seconds left in this first half, and it seems like Fiji, that kick is going to miss away to the side, unfortunately. Another Valo. 4 tournaments, 21 tries. That is an insane strike rate for that man. And I feel like already, even though we've only had a few legs, surely that man's got to put his name up there for a possible nominee of Sevens Player of the Year. But now we are ready to go. Once again for the kickoff, it's taken not so nicely, and now Fiji get the ball back once again, and also Toso, England Toso, and then also we've got there Bula Setratu. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well, and you cannot make mistakes with Fiji, and also Fiji contest every breakdown they do, and it's been working out nicely for them. Rasaku now tries to go through. He's been able to stay on his feet, brilliantly done, as Will Adamson just has to drag him down. In fact, it was Jamie Adamson, another penalty to Fiji. That is 6 in a row. Up against them. Fiji, their discipline has been absolutely perfect in this game. They are yet to have a penalty against them. And like they're showing the ledger, their last 6 penalties, through he goes. And now Rasaku, only 5 meters out, finds the offload, pop pass, and it is now going to be the try for Bokayaro. And it is going to be another try for the Fijians before we get into halftime. So very nicely done in that first half. Anaka commentator, as I said, I do appreciate you all being here. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be covering the semi-finals and also the finals that are coming up a little bit later on. And at the moment, it looks like Fiji are going to be booking their way into the matchup against either New Zealand or Ireland, whoever wins that game. And that is actually the next game that is taking place. And Kai Vititoso, and there says Diana, but nicely done by Bokayaro to pick himself up a try in this game. Salutes to the sky. And now kick from touch, doesn't quite go over, and also Toso, and there as well. Where's Dan Norton? I think he actually, unfortunately, I think he retired after the last series, if I'm not wrong, or somewhere around there. I think he retired either last series or the one before. So sadly, we won't actually get to see him for that World Cup coming up in Cape Town in only a few months' time. But Fiji at halftime, they have got themselves a 24-0 lead over England. So you'd have to say it would be extremely tough for Fiji to lose from here. And also we have got the Kai Vititoso, and also we have got the Dua Taleviti. Hopefully I'm saying all these correctly. I do apologize if I have got a couple of these wrongs, and I love your commentary, brother. You're right up there with the place. There's Peter Stout, so I do appreciate that a lot, mate. And yeah, we got plenty more coming for the Sevens. Sadly, after this week, we actually have about an 80-day break from the Sevens, but then we've got the Commonwealth Games, we've got the Rugby Sevens World Cup coming up, and also it is going to be Las Vegas, or Los Angeles actually is the last leg that they have got for the men's. And we are going to be covering all of those on the channel. So be sure to check that out. Also, if you do want to help support us, we have got the Kiwi Lads Sport YouTube channel. It is our second channel, which is kind of the backup for this channel. Be sure to check that out. That is a link in the chat. And also, Dan has gone and retired. And watching this must be a happy man. See his flesh in there. And also, we get the Fijian flags from Anna, and also Fijian flags from Paul. And there as well. And also England, also in the second half, says Walter and Vanaka Fiji. Stay strong, stay humble. And you're doing great, mate. Says Wang. Do appreciate it. And yes, second half, just around the corner between these two sides. Can Fiji bring up even more tries than they did in the first? I'd say that England, as soon as they stop those penalties in the breakdown, they will start to get some sort of momentum. But I think it might be too little too late for them in this matchup with already a 24-0. There he is, Dan Norton, the man who we were just talking about. Yeah, he's got the most tries of all time, 358. England wouldn't mind a few of those at this point of the game. It looks like he's pointing to someone else next to him at this stage. But now, Tom Emery about to kick off this one. And also we have, there you go, Fiji says Ratu. And also Fiji always says Josavata. And Vanaka Thiti go Fiji says Kalevi, now kicked off short. And England unable to take that ball once again. So now Vorkunara Billy slings the wide pass. You'd have to say that was forward. And it's also going to be a knock-on advantage. England with the grubber. Alex Davis puts it up. And that will be the first try of the second half. I think they are going to be checking this one, though. But I believe that will be Alex Davis, who was able to get himself the first try of the second half only in 17 seconds for that one. And go Fiji go, Says Waisale there. Right, the TMO, Dan Norton. Yep, he's been able to regather, and that will be the try for England, the first of a few that they will need for this match. And now the timer's back on, and I mentioned in that first half he needs to step up. And where are we watching this, says Elliot. So I guess depending on what country you're in, depends on what option you have got. But I know that on the World Rugby YouTube channel is normally where you can see these games, and also World Rugby, their website, it will actually tell you whereabouts you can watch the game depending on what country you're in, whether or not there is a free option or a paid subscription one. So I do recommend checking that out if you do want to be able to see the games. Normally they do have the full day replay after the day has finished, and that is normally on the World Rugby YouTube channel as well. And Mick Alley has said awesome stuff, boys, and Fiji should sign agreement to teach China Rugby Sevens. Says he, sure, it would be kind of cool seeing what a coach of the Fijian side can do with the side who aren't really on the map for being able to get themselves any real sevens win. Because I know that recently in the women's side of things, I think Brazil got knocked out, didn't they? Even though they've been playing pretty nicely. And also we got there's like watching my 4-year-old granddaughter trying to get past my 9-year-old grandson. Seriously, and also Dan Norton comes in and brings England to life. Says David there. Yeah, they show him on the camera of him sitting in the stands, and all of a sudden England score a try about 13 seconds later. Nice run forward from the Saku. Now in the breakdown, they have won the penalty. I think the field must slope downwards or something, because it seems to be anyone who's going from left to right has the momentum. Now Will Homer passes it back across. Clemenson gives it off to Bavardra, and he is one who can certainly match strength with the Fijians. Not easy to do. Oh, the penalty was just about to go the way of Fiji, but the referee decides against it. Now Davis goes back on the outside to Tom Bowen. Tries to step heavy strapping on that left knee, and now it is going to be going back, and it's another penalty to England. And they weren't quite on the mark, so they are going to have to take that one again. And also Tosaviti in there, and also we have got Go Fiji, Go, says no Messi, and also Go Fiji says Falefa, and also Go Fiji says DC. There is a lot of people going for Fiji in this match, by the looks of it. I think I've seen about 5 people going for England for this line of time running out for England. Says Emma Joy, and also I'm extremely proud to be a Rebels fan. Legit, I thought we were going to bottle it like we did 2 weeks ago, says Amelia, and also Go Fiji. Says Natareta there. Now the scrum feed works out for England. Davis in the midfield. Waikato pass to Bowen. He's going to be trying to back himself another while. Brilliant textbook tackle around the ankles to be able to take him down and take away some of that momentum from the English. Now, once again, using their right-hand side back line. They've got Bavardra on the outside, but it looks like Hayden Hyde has decided he'd love to have a crack. And I believe youngster in the Premiership, actually, in recent times. So it is cool that he is getting the opportunity at sevens level. Now Bowen, ball on the outside to Alex Davis. Tries to step. He is going to be 10 metres out from the line. It looks like he's staying down as well. He took a bit of heavy contact. So at the moment, England playing with only the 6 men on the field. But now Hayden Hyde wrestled down on the 22-metre line. Bavardra joins the breakdown and stops the turnover happening for Fiji. Now Homer, ball on the outside. It looks like even though Alex Davis has only just got back to his feet, he has now got the ball once again, and he is going for it. He looks like he's getting slower and slower back to his feet, though, the Alex Davis. I think he just took a little bit of time to work out exactly where he was. Now Clemenson finds the nice offload to Bavardra. Steps on the inside, 10 metres out. England having all of the position in the second half at this point. The sun is coming out. It's shining at Twickenham. And the ball sits up through the legs. Past to Alex Davis. Out on the wing. Tries to step. He's gone down, but he goes over. And England score again. And also thanks TKL for the coverage. Says Sonny, no worries at all. And we are going to be back for the semi-finals, the finals, and also every other game of the quarterfinals. And I says, David, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. And yeah, we have got plenty of action coming for these sevens tonight. The next game that has taken place, it is New Zealand versus Ireland. Then the game after that, Samoa versus Spain. And then to close it out for the quarterfinals, South Africa taking on Australia. And also we're going to go Fiji, says Stubbs, and Tosaviti Tosso. And then Tosaviti says Wallace. And they're from Elsie. But currently the momentum, like, I think it might actually have some sort of downhill. But Alex Davis does not look too good. He looks like he took a head knock earlier on. And also, well, England also Tico. England as well, says Walter. And Tosaviti says Diana. And also go England, says Richard. Now going for the drop kick. It's going to be Emery. This would be an important kick. And if it does end up going over, okay, we're going to get an HIA for Alex Davis by the sounds of it. So hopefully he's going to be all right. Bloody hell, the granddaughter is having a crack at it. Says Flexion. And there's that also. This Fijian team is doing the legend Serevi proud. If he's watching, says MH Joy. And also go Fiji, go. Big drop kick. misses away to the side, almost cleans up one of the players in the background. I think that might have been the Spanish side warming up as they have got a big match up against Samoa in the near future. But we're seeing the timeline, all of the tries for Fiji coming in the first half. The 2 tries for England currently have come in the second and also try. And as I said, Dav the Mod now about to be kicked off by England. Emery puts it high, only 5 metres out. Browning unable to take it cleanly, and it is the knock-on advantage now in favour of Fiji. Having that possession back will be absolutely huge for them with only 2 minutes 20 left to defend. If they get themselves another try, they will win this match and head on to face New Zealand or Ireland. The lobby pass over the top. Going to be sitting up nicely, I should say, for my Samoa, who now takes a couple sideways steps and also going straight through. Now back at the baseball, Homer able to drag him down on the halfway line. That looked like it was slightly illegal from one of the Fijian players. He came in like he was a rocket and went straight over the top of the breakdown. But now around the side, Fiji still driving. I believe it was Rasaku there, and also out of 700, 6% thinks England will win. And then where's our Jerry, says Catherine? Jerry Tawai, unfortunately injured, but he should be back in time for the World Cup, which is going to be absolutely awesome to see him in action. It'll be a bit of a shame that we don't get to see him in action for these ones, and also in Toulouse, and also come on the draw. And then Vanaka Boys says, Nemesia, now nice step forward, and I think he might have heard you because now he has taken off, and Fiji will score again. Ball's been slammed down on the ground, and I want to say it was Bukayaro who was able to get that try. He did have a mistake a little bit earlier on, but Bukayaro now scores. And my Samoa already, from what we've seen, he's just had quite the impact. He was able to fend off a couple players, also found that offload on Fiji in there. And also we got there 42 people. And also in the tournament, is the tournament on beIN Sports? I want to say yes, but if not, I believe if you check the World Rugby website, it will tell you where you can watch it depending on whereabouts you are. And also we got there Fiji illegal watching Irish. And then I was like, hey, everyone, if you're new, hit that like button and subscribe. You heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. We're going to be back for the next game for the Fijians, as that now will confirm their spot in the semi-final. Only another 40 seconds left in this game. So what I'm going to do is I am going to promote Fiji up. I'm going to cross out England on my little sheet that I have got. As you can see there, Fiji, they promote themselves through. I'm keeping track of it. They will be playing up against either New Zealand or Ireland for whoever is able to get the win. Nicely taken by England there. And this one now, they are just playing for pride. Can they get a try in the last 20 seconds in front of a home crowd? Would be exactly what they are after. Now, nice run forward. Will Homer drag down, and it's a bit loose on the ground. I think that was actually Browning who did slip, which made it tricky for him. Blake Boylan looked for the massive offload. Wasn't able to find it in the end, and also thanks, Hamish. And there's and also we have got there in the chat Fiji for the cup, and there is a very good chance that they might be able to go all the way. But Vadra breaking, and England now looking like they want to get themselves maybe one last try up to halfway. Fiji, they've been able to turn it over. It's a penalty to Fiji, and the thing is, this Fijian side will not take the quick tap and kick this ball out. They will want one more try, and that is just the spirit and the way that the Fijians play the game. And now ball on the outside, down the wing, using the pace, getting fended backwards, still getting only a couple meters out. I believe that was Matana, very close to the line. Saturanga having to work hard. I think that's been stolen by Browning in the breakdown, and he can't quite believe he has been penalised. Now only 5 meters out from the line. Fiji will once again have another quick tap by the likes of it, and also Tosaviti. And someone drop a link. It is on the World Rugby YouTube channel if you do want to check it out. It might be, depending on what country you're in, that's going to be the try now. And Matana gets the last one, and Fiji just add a little bit more icing on the cake as they will be able to win this game. 36 points to 10. That is if they miss the conversion. And also we have there Fiji wait for England in the second tournament. They're going to beat you, says Walter. And also Tosaviti, says Diana there. And also Tosaviti, let's go Fiji, says Stubbs. And also Fiji and Samoa final, says Graham. The thing is, even as a New Zealander, I hope that's the case. Like, I've got all the matchups in my head that I want to see with the way that the table's kind of sitting, which you guys probably can't really read that because I realized by writing it in green, it just becomes see-through. So I didn't plan that out very well. But I want to see New Zealand win this game so that it's New Zealand, Fiji in the semi. Then I want to see Fiji advance. I want to see Spain or Samoa, win this game and South Africa win that game so that then it can be Samoa, South Africa, and then Samoa through to the final. And it is all Pacific Island from there for the final of it. And also that's the Spirit Fiji. And also we have got there in the Javanaka and Haiki lads. And there's I do appreciate you, mate. But now we do actually have to switch straight over to our next live stream. So anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out the Kiwi Lad Sport, which is that link. We're on the road to 1,000. And we will be popping straight over to our next live stream in this very moment. But I will see you all